Welcome back into the Pig Trail Show and welcome to another Arkansas football recruiting report. Otis Kirk and Jacob Morse with you as always, but joined by a very special guest today, 2026 receiver commit, Robert Haynes IV. Robert, thanks so much for joining the show today.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me on. I'm really blessed to be here.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's just start and talk a little bit about your recruiting process. You commit back at the end of April. I know you had a visit recently. Just to start kind of general, what about Arkansas made it feel like, hey, this is home for me. This is where I want to spend the next couple of years of my career?
It really started with the genuineness from the family, and the way they treated my family when we went down there was something I just never like expected. They would just welcome me and my family. My family still talk about it to this day, how they felt so welcomed and they just felt the real deal love. Everything was great where we stayed at, where we ate, the talks we had. My mom had a really long talk with Coach Pittman. She talks about that a lot. That was very nice, for the head coach of the program to be able to, get away from everything he has going on, a busy man, and just talk some ball with my mom. She really liked that. Coach Fouch, that's a genuine person right there. Since he offered me, he kept in touch weekly, and I just found that like very impressive. The consistency he took with recruiting me. He did not take any days off or any breaks. He recruited me hard, and I just really appreciate him for taking a chance on me.
You mentioned Coach Fouch there. What type of connection did you forge with him in terms of that's your position coach, that's the guy that's going to be ultimately playing a massive role in developing you? What about him, like you mentioned there, made him stand out?
His mindset, and I can tell he's a really genuine person. Everyone on the Arkansas coaching staff always talks about Coach Fouch as a great guy. He's always the same, his authentic self. He doesn't change up. I can see that when I went on my visit, the way he was acting with me when he came down to Texas to recruit me is the same way he was acting with his own guys up there. So I know I'm going to get the same Coach Fauci no matter what day, how I'm feeling, no matter what I'm doing. I know he's going to be himself. He's going to push me to be my best. And that's just really what I need in a coach. And I know, I trust him 100%. I know he's going to put me in the best spot to be the best man I could be and the best athlete, to help Arkansas.
You talked about yourself as an athlete there. You're a track guy. I know speed's a big part of your game. Talk about, how much has that helped you, that aspect of playing multiple sports and, speed kills, especially on the football field. How much has that helped you?
It helped me a lot, really. I did some track work this spring, and I haven't ran track since sixth grade, so it was something a little new to me. I just wanted to push myself and compete. My teammates were going out there, so I was like, why not? And after a few workouts with my track coach, Coach Malbro, he really got my confidence up. A lot of guys, run track, been doing it for a while, so they're really they're just fast, fast, fast. I went out there, I ran a personal record, personal best at the PV track meet, and it got me some more attention, the recruiting aspect. It also brought in Coach Fauci as well in Arkansas. So, it was just a blessing that I was able to get on the track and, showcase my speed. And also I got better, I got faster, I got a good mindset. It was just something new. I stepped out of my comfort zone for it and it paid off big time.
On that note, two Arkansas fans that haven't got a chance to see you play, describe what type of receiver you are, what you bring to the field ultimately.
You're getting a big play receiver, man. I could take any type of pass, any type of jet sweep, anything you give me. It's got potential to go into the house. I'm gonna have great energy every play. I'm gonna have great off the ball energy. Run block, you're gonna get the best out of me. I'm just gonna give 100% every play, and it's gonna be really fun and exciting to watch me.
Otis, I'll hop back in a little bit later, but I'll turn it over to you.
Picked up Kimmy and Henderson yesterday. What do you know about him? Another receiver from Carthage, Texas, who's a big, tall kid that looked good too when he was on his visit. What do you know about him?
Big body, man. He a very sure-handed guy. I got to watch a few Carthage games, I believe, just on TV. They went to state as well, so I saw them at AT&T online. He's a great person. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get to know him more as a teammate as time goes by. As a player, I know he's a real good guy. I can't wait to have him line up beside me because I know he can go up and get it. We play different, but that's what we need in the receiver room. We need some versatility.
What do you think about getting a chance to play in Bobby Petrino's offense? Bobby's known as one of the greatest offensive minds anyway in the game. Talk about playing for Coach Petrino.
It's an honor, really. I never really expected it to go this way. And the fact that it went this way is the best possible scenario because I know he can do with his offense the way he can manipulate and craft up certain ways to get certain people the ball is something that you just can't pass up on. I know for a fact he knows what I can do, and I know he's going to utilize that in the special ways he knows and thinks is best. And I'm all bought in for what he has. I'm just gonna, go with it, let Coach Petrino do what he does best. I'm gonna just let him do what he does, man.
Teammate down there, Hugh Smith, is also committed to Hogs. How good is it to have someone from your school, also someone you're going to a new school. At least you'll have somebody there that you know, and I mean, it's obvious you're going to make a lot of new friends. But Hugh Smith's going to be there with you. How good is that?
It's great. I talk to you a lot in school now. I'm really close to my guy, man. It's a really good person right there, and I'm really glad that we're going to the same school. Just it's a little like it's hard to stay, 8 hours away, to have someone come with me as well, kind of be able to relate to me on different things, maybe when I miss home or, certain things like that, living a few minutes from each other right now, it'll really help us get through some tough things and we really get to those roadblocks, when it just comes to wanting to come home or just missing Texas. So I'm glad he's there with me.
Who did you talk? Who were some of the players you met when you were here? Maybe your hosts and stuff that you talked to that kind of impressed you. The current players.
Caden Ferguson, he came from Marshall. I've known Jacaden since I was 13. We played on the same 7-on-7 team. So it was pretty cool to see him and have him host me and my family around. We haven't really been around him in a while. And, it's been great to see how he developed with the college life and how he's just doing good. Everything is good with him. It was just really nice to catch up with him, have him show me around, and especially playing the same position as well.
Yeah.
It was really cool, just catching up with an old friend for once. I was around Nigel Pringle, Raylan Sharp, a couple of the bigger guys, D linemen. I was around JJ, Taj. It was pretty cool. I was around a lot of guys. They welcomed me, and I really felt like I was a Razorback for the weekend. Really.
His Ferguson kid's his injury. It seems like his injury's coming around pretty good because he got hurt pretty early in spring and stuff. He ready to go again?
Yes, sir. He said he's been back doing the summer conditioning, and he's just getting back, like, trying to get his strength all the way back to where he can go catch and be able to fall again without re-irritating it. But he said he's been on summer conditioning doing really good. So I'm really glad for that because I know that injury was pretty tough and it was at a really like bad time. He was really starting to
Yeah,
get his feet wet on the field.
yeah. Coach Pittman bragged on him right before he got hurt, and he got hurt. Just talk about the expectations. When do you get here? Do you get here at midterm, or are you going to be here next summer?
I get there in winter of next year, so I'm
Yeah.
early enrolling.
Okay.
I'm in a couple summer classes right now to get me ahead. I'm going to be winter after winter break. I'll be graduating and going up to Fayetteville, sir.
How how much of an advantage is that to go through 15 spring practices next year? That if you didn't enroll early, you would get to go through those. Plus conditioning, just be around the team. How much do you think that helps you to enroll early like that?
It's helped me a lot, and it's really going to get me adjusted quicker, and that's what I want. I don't want to be anticipating all the way till summer on what college is like when I can go be a part of it 6 months sooner. I think that's really going to give me the edge in the playbook, adjusting to the college life, my academic aspect of it, and just like it's just too many benefits to pass it up, and there's really no type of cons to it besides just leaving early, and I'm fine with that because I know what's ahead. And I'll be back. College guys get breaks a lot, so it's not really like I'm missing anything back at home. I just really need to get there, get adjusted, and just get to work because I know when springtime does come, that's the time where people are, fighting for depth spots. And that's my first time to play for Coach Petrino. Coach Fauch can see me in action. It's just a really like a lot of things that are dependent on me getting there early, and I really need to be a part of what's going on there as soon as I can.
I'm good, Jacob.
Yeah, I'll hop back in with a couple. You mentioned it there in terms of, getting in, fighting for a depth spot, whatever it might be. How much are you looking forward to? You got a taste of it on your visit. You talked about, man, I felt like a Razorback, a little bit. How much are you looking forward to getting on campus next winter and ultimately starting this whole process?
I can't wait. It's really what I've been doing since I was 7 years old, and for it to like actually unfold like this, going to the best conference in college football, playing for one of the most underrated OCs and head coaches, an offense that really like shocked people last year with the way they like with the guys they had step up like Andrew Armstrong, the season he had. It's really exciting knowing that that could be me one day. As long like it's up to me if that's me. I got all the tools I need to have success on Saturdays with you guys. So I'm just excited to get up there and show everybody what I could do because I know for sure once I get up there and showcase my talent, it'll be pretty hard to keep me off the field.
Absolutely. Heading into your senior season here, what is, areas you're looking to target in terms of development for yourself? Where are a couple areas you say, hey, maybe I can get a little bit better in my senior year?
Just getting bigger, getting stronger. I want to go into college at around 185, 190. Right now, I'm 177 right now. And I've actually put on weight since last season. I played last season at like 170, 169. So I've been making some big gains, but I just want to make sure my body's up to par with my skill, to prevent injuries and all that type of stuff. Because I know it's a different level of game. Those are grown men. This isn't high school no more. I gotta make sure my body's prepared for like what's coming. And I have no doubt that I will be ready, but I just want to get bigger. And if we're talking about football aspects, I just want to make sure I work on my my body language, like off the ball, like run plays or plays going the other way. I just want to make sure I make every play look the same so DBs don't know when the ball is coming my way. I just want to make sure everything looks the same and just clean that up a little bit. I know there's a few times I was a little lazy backside on plays.
What have you seen from Talon, and what overall is your expectation for the team this upcoming fall?
His upside is crazy. I caught especially Tennessee. That really that got me like it got the juices going after that game really. But he has a huge upside. He's athletic, freaky athletic. Strong arm. He's the type of guy you can't really game plan for because he could beat you both ways,
Yeah.
passing and running. And I think that's what's really going to help him this year. He can utilize his legs to get defenses, stepping up, and we can have guys in the receiver room, take it over the top. We got some sleeper guys in the receiver room as well. I just think Taylor's gonna do good this year, and he's gonna really shock some people again this year. We're gonna win some other big games like we did last year.
You talked about the receiver room there. It's going to be a lot of new faces for this team when you lose guys like Isaac and Andrew to the NFL draft. What have you seen, from your visit and all the above? You talked about a couple sleeper guys there. What do you expect to see from the receiver group?
My biggest sleeper for the 2025 season is Raylan Sharp.
There you go.
Uh, I trained with Raylan. Um, so twitchy, so fast. He's just exciting to watch train. I know he's exciting to watch play. His story is amazing, where he came from, all the way from Missouri State to now. It's inspiring to see him just level up and just stay focused and just stay grinding, man. I really cannot wait to watch him play. I'm excited to watch him play. I really think he's going to have a big year and a big role in what Arkansas does, and I just really can't wait because I know he's a great guy off the field, and I wish him nothing but the best.
All right, that's all the time we have on this week's Arkansas football recruiting report. Special thanks to Robert Haynes for joining the show. Otis and I will be back to talk to you next week. More Picture Show coming up on the other side of the break.